One day, Billy was having a wash down when Henry arrived. "Hello, Henry," said Billy. You look like you had a muff bath. Be a sensible engine. Have a shower instead." Henry snorted. "I don't have to waste time with fussy little. I don't have time to dawdle about with my firebox like fussy little tank engines do," and he puffed away. Even so, he steamed and steamed around the area. Even his driver was worried. "Phew, Henry," said his driver. "Slow down." But Henry didn't listen. "I'll be dirty and late, he grumbled. At the sheds was a sign. At the next station was a sign. All trains must wash. At the next yard was a sign. All trains must wash down daily. Molly has just finished being clean. "Come on, Henry," said his driver. "You will look better for a good hose down." "Pah!" sniggered Henry, and angrily let off steam. "You are a very naughty engine," said his driver. "Now Molly would need another shower. You'll have to wait your turn till later." He arrived at the station where he will let angrily off steam. While he was pimping angrily off steam, he puffed into the station, angrily letting off steam while he was angry. The Fat Controller was here. So were Henry's coaches and the passengers. "Good riddance," said the Fat Controller. "You can't pull the train. Stepney will have to do it. Henry, you better get clean straight away." And so Henry did. At last, Henry was given a good hose down. "Mind my eyes," grunted Henry. And so he shunted trucks for the rest of the day. But when later, he started bumping them harder while he was teaching them a lesson. "That's for you and you. Trucks will be trucks," said Molly. Trucks will be trucks," said Molly. "They won't for me. I'll teach them," said Henry. Later, Molly was taking a special express train back to the station when Henry returned. "Be careful," he said to Molly. "The hill may be slippery, but you may need help." "I don't need help on hills," said Molly. "Henry thinks he knows everything." And so she puffed away. The storm and the wind began to blow everywhere, and the wind itself swept the Grand Canyon, blowing rocks, blowing stones and leaves onto the track. But after when it stopped, Molly was ready to carry on in time. But she was ready to do it, and she began to go faster. "I know I can do this. She puffed on. But when she arrived through the sandy beaches, and it led her up. But when she arrived up When she arrived through the sandy beaches, she finally made it up there. "I can do it! I can do it!" said Molly, and she also tried to make it up. But the leaves swept on the tracks, and this made Molly unsure. "I must do it! I must do it!" she said, but her wheels slipped on the leaves. And then she couldn't pull the train at all. "Help! Help!" she said, but her wheels were turning forward, but the heavy coaches pulled her backwards. The train swept down, and her driver shut off steam and put on the brakes. And then after when they came down, they slowly stopped the train. Henry seen it all. "Ah, well, we live and learn. Never mind, little Molly," he said. "I'm going to push behind." Clouds and steam poured from the steam engines that are attempting to go up here, so they tried their best without any complaints. "We can do it," said Molly. "We will do it," puffed Henry. After when they arrived up, and at last they reached the Grand Canyon, and at last Molly finally came down and was ready to go home. "Peep, peep," whistled Molly. "Goodbye." "Peep, peep," chuckled Henry. "Goodbye." That night it became night time when the Fat Controller arrived and told Henry how good he was by helping Molly up the Grand Canyon. When Billy decided to talk to the Fat Controller, "Please, sir," he said, "can Henry pull coaches again now?" "If you understand, Billy, then yes, Henry, you may." "Thank you," said Henry happily, and the other engines went to sleep at last inside their sheds. And so Henry decided to say something at the end. "Dirty or clean, I'm a famous machine." And no one heard but himself. Even so that he is the only green engine on the Fat Controller's railway.